I'm gonna shit my pants. Guru, I see a baddies. Quick, what do I say? You go up to them. Here's how the best way to rizz up baddies, chat. And let me tell you this. You go up to them and you say, good day, young lady. And you twiddle your mustache like this. And then twirl your cane around. And you say, you're looking as fine as a summer's day, honey. Like that. And then you flick your toothpick up in the air. Catch it in your mouth. Don't mind if I do, dear. And then that should work unless they spray you in the face with pepper spray and say, get away from me, you autistic freak. I don't know, though. It's like a hit or miss type of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, like 1800s Riz, you know. You gotta take it back sometimes. Am I taking your girl, chat? What are you thinking, chat? Hold on a second. Let me shut the curtains. What are you thinking, chat? Am I? What are we saying? Maybe? Maybe? Who knows? I don't know. I keep looking in the mirror, chat, and wanting to shave the whole beard and go mullet mode. I want to go mullet mode, dude. Mullet mustache mode. There's a deep rooted subconscious desire, I think, for all white guys to go mullet mustache mode at least some point in their life, dude. I have to at least try it, man. You know? Let me get the jaw popping a bit on the sides. You know? And then we'll go for it. Dance for me, boy. Who do you think is the best YouTuber creator to watch as an MMA beginner other than you? MMA, you know what? I think that the second best MMA YouTuber, straight up, I'm going to tell you how it is. The second best MMA YouTuber is ITP MMA Live. It is. It's ITP MMA Live. I reckon so. MMA Che's good, but he just doesn't, he has like, MMA Che has the hustle of a rich kid. Like, he has no hustle with his videos or his streams even. Like, it just seems very sporadic with him. Like, it's still a hobby when it could very well be a career for him. Bedtime has no face cam, and it's just the same jokes. So I don't know. Bedtime's cool though. But ITP MMA Live is like, he probably makes the better videos, I'd say. Which is why they do good views compared to you know, Lucas Tracy and Bedtime, who people would assume are the second best. You know, second and third, but I feel like ITP MMA Live he kills it, dude. He does great views, great content. I don't even watch it, but I know it's good content. Lucas caused some mayhem this week. Yeah, but we're over it now. It's done now. He embarrassed the whole MMA YouTube scene. Set us back years on MMA YouTube. After my compliment that I got from Demetrius Johnson, Lucas Tracy took us back hundreds of years with that. You know. Lucas Tracy tier list kept us down for 300 years. W Bedtime MMA for always saying, and the rest are nobodies. If you know, you know. I don't know what that reference is. Thank you for the 5. I don't know, did Flight Reacts say if and the rest are nobodies or something? Is that why Bedtime MMA says it? Zing. Got him. Bedtime MMA exposed. Stealing Flight Reacts takes and sayings, and everything that he says is just something that can be found in an average NBA Instagram comment section. And listen, guys, I don't want to expose Bedtime MMA here, guys, but I'm just saying. I'm joking, though. I like Bedtime. He's cool. Thank you for the $10, Ethan, on everything. What's up, man? Hot take. DDP is not the heel of middleweight because every beef he's been in, bro was either not the aggressor like Strickland or was in the right like against Adesanya. Bro is a lawful rage baiter. Yeah, he's just the ultimate counterattack. He's the ultimate verbal counterattack. You know? He does take it... Well, to be honest with you, yeah, he took the Strickland thing to a different level. Fair, but it was a response. He didn't take the Adesanya stuff to a different level. He barely gave Adesanya like 10% of the energy that Adesanya was giving him. Like, how is Adesanya the one crying on stage because Drickus said that he grew up with servants, which he did, by the way. And something about a dog, which he touched inappropriately and has had a lot of posts suggesting things and followed a dog porn page. But Adesanya's like disgracing his entire lineage and heritage and ethnicity and nationality and all of that, going into ancestry shit, and Drickus is just not even emotional in whatsoever. You know what I mean? That's actually insane. Actually insane. The amount that Adesanya went in on Drickus and he didn't have any shred of emotion. But then Drickus just went back at like some real shit that Adesanya actually has existed. That is Adesanya. He just showed Adesanya reality and he cried. Crazy. Did you Tiger Woods, lad? We need some heavyweight tough season to build some depth. Yeah, but if they're all fat, then don't let them in. Honestly, chat, yes or no? Fuck training. Fuck records. Fuck what gym they come out of. If they're fat, they ain't allowed in. Straight up. You're not going to be a champion. You're not going to be a top contender. End of fucking discussion. If you're morbidly obese, you're just straight up not allowed in. That needs to be a fucking requirement. Straight up. I don't care if you've beaten guys before. I really don't care. Just bring athletes in, dude. If someone's like reasonably athletic, bring them in. They don't even have to have a record. Dude, DC's not fat like these guys are fat. You say what about DC, but chat, yes or no, DC's not really fat. When he was in his career, he wasn't a fat guy. Derek Lewis was genuinely a fucking unit with a thin layer of fat over the top of him. Well, if you really know DC, dude, he wasn't as fat in his fighting days. He wasn't, no. People called him fat because he didn't have abs. But that's just his build because he has inverted ribs. But he was a fucking unit, dude. Thank you very much. I mean, look at DC during his wrestling days. How fucking yoked he was, you know, when he was a little leaner. He just had to put on some fucking, you know, to use his strength as his advantage. I want to see Bedtime chest down, arse up for doubling down that it was an early stoppage. Even his comment section got serious for a second to tell him. Oh, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people talking about that, but here's the thing, chat. Bottom line. If you cheat to escape being finished, that counts as you being finished. End of discussion. No, there's no discussion to be had on this topic. I don't know why, I don't know if Bedtime is, how serious he is about that, though. He might have been joking about it, I don't know. But I know that he picked Taliesin Teixeira because he, I don't know, I guess he taller guy, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. If you cheat to escape a finishing move, then you should be, the fight should be called off and you should be finished. End of discussion. It's like someone eye poking someone to get out of being choked. Like, come on. Lion King whistle. Ryan Span's still around. Fucking hell, man. What are the UFC doing? I don't understand why they keep people around so long. Just giving free careers to people that are dog shit. Yes or no, chat? Once a fighter has proven that they're dog shit, fucking get rid of them. Like, straight up get rid of them. Like, if Ryan Spann can't win a fight at light heavyweight, and then he goes to heavyweight and he's throwing wheel kicks while he's fucking rocked, he's on a good contract. They're probably paying Ryan Spann 70 for 70. You know what I mean? Because he has wins in the UFC. He beat Reyes, he has certain wins. But once we know that he just fluked a KO punch over Reyes and didn't do fuck all much else in his career, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? Get rid of him. They got rid of Vucenic, exactly. And Vucenic actually has some talent, but just had a hard first two fights. But once someone proven that they're throwing wheel kicks while they're rocked, I can ship them off. And Vucenic's going to be back, dude. I promise. The glaze of the new gen fighters is gross. No, some of them deserve it, and they are better than the old age fighters. They just absolutely are. But they're not all, you know? Like, chat, would Renato Moicano make it in the 155-pound division of, like, 5, 6, 7 years ago? Like, the pre-pandemic 155-pound division? Like, put it this way, chat. Do you think, like, Moicano would beat Alvarez in his prime? Eddie Alvarez? You think so? Or, like, prime RDA at lightweight? He lost to way post-prime RDA. I know he took it on a week's notice, but he kind of got fucked up by way post-prime RDA. I don't think he beats prime RDA. So, although these... Like, that was a Makhachev title defense, you know what I'm saying? So, although these guys are saying, oh, the division has evolved, a lot of the contenders I don't see being as high ranked as they were. You know? I really don't see that. So, it's intriguing, you know? It's an intriguing argument. It's always... I think he would be top 15, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't think that, like, the guys from the past were so bad compared to now that current top 15 guys would beat world champions back then. Not at all do I think that, you know? I think the current champions would beat champions back then. But that's where it ends. Like, once you get past the elite of the elite in the top 5, the rest of the division are quite mid, you know? And they're not as, like, way beyond the division of the past. Thank you for the $5. What's missed from the GOAT debate is difficulty of the style matchup. GSP DJ fought so many well-rounded guys. Hard style matchups. Thank you for the $5. They did, yeah. Very, very good, well-rounded opponents. Like, opponents that weren't, like, vulnerable in any one given area, you know? Thank you for the $5. I genuinely believe, yeah. Hear me out on this take, chat. Does Prime sourced up Johnny Hendricks flatline KO Sean Brady, or am I crazy? I feel like he could put Bilal on his ass as well. I really do. Prime sourced up Johnny Hendricks, the one that GSP fought. I feel like he could just fucking stick one on Brady's chin, you know? Like, he could. I don't know if I'd pick him to. I reckon he would be the underdog. But I don't think it's like, I don't think they're that far ahead at the moment than they were back then. For some of the guys. Dude, Hendricks' takedown defense in his prime was actually fucking insane, man. It was insane. The way he would balance on single legs and shit like that, and his foot would literally, like, slide across the canvas as he's balancing on it. Like, his takedown defense was fucking supreme, and his power in his hands was pretty nasty, so. I know Wonderboy smoked him. Okay, so you're not listening to what I'm saying. You have no reading comprehension. I hate you, and I don't wish you ever to vote ever again. I hate that you can vote, and it's why we need a ruthless dictator to run the world. Humans can't be trusted with democracy. You don't listen to me. I'm not talking about the one that fought Wonderboy that was out of his prime and fat and old. I'm talking about Prime Hendricks, man. He was a monster. Prime Hendricks was genuinely a monster. With $5 Canadian. If you had to train any fighter to come from the slums and make it to a belt, who you picking? Train any fighter to come from the slums and make it to the belt? Jordan Vucenic? No, I'm joking. Oh, God, I feel bad that you got cut from the UFC. Probably Volkanovski. He started as a, like, 18-year-old, right? If he started from, like, a kid, no one would, like, he'd destroy Makhachev. Like, if Volkanovski started MMA, chat, yes or no? If Volkanovski started his MMA and martial arts training as soon as Makhachev did, he'd genuinely fucking show him so much levels. It's insane. I really think so. Like, Makhachev isn't actually built different. Like, he's strong. But if Volk was training for the same amount of time, he would fucking destroy Makhachev, I reckon. No, the rugby helped. I disagree, dude. I think, like, hard, specific training for wrestling defense and wrestling offense and striking offense is better than just playing rugby in a fucking field. I think it's a good base rather than doing nothing or doing another regular sport like football or basketball maybe. But because of the physicality aspect and the durability aspect. But no, if Volk was training as long as Makhachev, he fucking schools him, dude. No, he wouldn't. Well, he nearly beat him after starting at 18 when Makhachev's been doing it since he was a child. So he genuinely would. So, yeah. Even if he started a year earlier or 2 years earlier, he probably would have edged Makhachev in that first fight. So, yeah, you're dead wrong. Craig Jones might be a person to speak about that stuff. I know, yeah, I'm probably gonna. I've noticed that recently. That's why I sort of went down this rabbit hole. Thank you for the $2 Australian. So we'll see. Because I want to collab. We're going to collab with Craig Jones at some point. So I need to find out a way of making it so it's not forced. So it's like a natural video that we can do. In fact, Craig Jones, I asked you for information and you're leaving it too late. I was supposed to be taking on someone at CGI. I was supposed to be grappling Gabby Garcia at CGI or Schmitty, and Craig Jones is not responding. And he's leaving it too late, and now I'm not doing it. No, I don't know. I might still do it. It depends what he says for this offer. But that was the plan anyway. People forget, man. John Jones give me mahogany wood. You know what, chat? I have an underrated take. Not about John Jones giving people mahogany wood. But hear me out here, chat. ironing shirts makes them dependent on being ironed. Anyone else with me here? If you never iron a t-shirt, when it comes to shirts that you work in, button-up shirts for a tie, iron them. You have to iron them. But t-shirts, yeah, if you never iron them, they don't ever require ironing. I swear to God. When you iron a t-shirt, it makes it dependent on being ironed. Otherwise, it crinkles up. What the fuck are you saying? I don't think this is a bad take. I don't think this is a bad take. It's actually true. If you buy a t-shirt fresh and you don't iron it, you will never need to iron it. It will never have crinkles. It will never have crinkles in it. At all. It will eventually just become, and it'll be fine. And you don't have to iron it. But if you start ironing t-shirts all the time, then the next time you wash it, you're going to need to iron out crinkles the next time you do it. It's not a tard take, and real ones know what I'm talking about. It's not blatant misinformation. I've never ironed my shirts, bro. That's a girl thing. Exactly. Well, when you've got like a shirt for a button up, like it's good to iron and make sure it looks really good. And, you know, you can iron certain seams into it if it's like a proper shirt. But for t-shirts like this, like if you don't iron it, it never requires ironing. You see Max coping against Ilia? I did. I did see that. He said he doesn't hit as powerful. Which I understand, but you're nitpicking at that point just to not give him credit for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you saying Gaethje hit harder, man? He barely did anything to you in the fight. Yes or no chat as well. Holloway, in my opinion, yeah, Holloway over-exaggerates the knockdown from Gaethje as well, just to give him praise and be like a good guy that gives him praise. Don't you think? That knockdown from Gaethje was some baby shit. Who's with me on that? Dude, he barely knocked Max off balance, and Max was fine. Like, on the way down, he was completely coherent, and he got right back up. You know? And Holloway acts like that was the fucking craziest thing he's ever been hit with. And it's just like, dude, I understand trying to give opponents praise because you fucking humiliated him face down at the end at UFC 300. But I think it was mostly balanced. Like, I feel like Ilia 100% hits harder. Like, yes or no, chat, Ilia Topuria catches Fiziev clean. He's going out. Let's go through Gaethje opponents. Ilia Topuria catches Fiziev clean with some shit. He's going out. He's getting finished. If Ilia catches him with that uppercut, with that hook that Gaethje did, he's done. I reckon I don't think Fiziev has this granite chin, you know? He's got a good chin, but, you know, I do think Ilia hits harder than Gaethje. Or he's just a more devastating knockout puncher. Maybe he doesn't hit harder. Who knows? Maybe that's the technicality here. Ilia more precise, not more powerful. Okay. Holloway said Ilia wins are overrated. Alright, well, it's all good.
I mean, for sure, you know, you can't sleep on it, you know, but it's just tough, right? Yeah, he has the names, right? He beat the names, and you can't deny that. But then, you know, when you look, it just sucks that, you know, with everything that's going on, when you look at, you know, that when you look at that Volk fight, you know, with that Volk coming off of what he did, that's kind of crazy. But people just look at the name, you know. They're not looking at the record. They're just looking at, oh yeah, Alex was the champ, you know, and then me, and then Charles did what he did. But Charles was on him what was Charles on a 1 fight win streak, you know. Mm-hmm. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's just moments, you know, and it's just names. It is one of the greatest names for sure. That he beat in history, but the man is doing what he's supposed to do. You know, he's lining people are lining UFC are lining people up for him. And he's just knocking them down. You know, so fair play to him. You know, he's going out there doing his job.
Guy above said it, but as much as I love Max, the Ilia cope is. Yeah, it is kind of copy. Yeah, you know what's more sad than that though? Paulo Costa not responding to me asking for an interview. Dreadful. Thoughts on Lewis versus Costa? From Louisiana here, been up on shrooms, trying to get to bed now. Lol, you the man guru. No problem, dude. Thank you for the $5. Wide awake on shrooms. I was wide awake yesterday having like full-blown conversations just to get them out of my system. I was in a really weird... I don't know why, chat, but sometimes when I go to bed, I literally become the most awake I've ever been. Straight up. Went to bed yesterday... And I was laying there for no joke about 5 hours, wide awake, like beating my chest, hitting my fucking mattress, going. It's really weird level of awakeness. I don't know what it is. And it's not Monster Energy because I haven't had one of these in ages. You know them ones? You know when you're genuinely angry at how awake you are, so you're laying in bed like that, doing shit like that in bed? I don't know why. I don't know. I think that's normal. I think that's genuinely normal. And you just end up like sort of flicking your legs around under the covers and just, tensing your arms and fucking hitting shit. Hitting your chest and shit. I don't know why that's a thing, but most of the time I go to bed, like every now and then I have one of those nights, man.